working with Magritte. This is like a demo of kind of how to go about doing this. I'm going to grab some things pretty quickly, so it's not like the greatest imagery that I would grab. I want you to do some good time going in there and focusing on photo research and grabbing the right elements. But this is one of the originals that he created, and we're going to kind of go through this step by step. It'll probably be in 3 or 4 different videos. All right. So first of all, here's the original. And what I want to do is make a background, which I did create. So let's go figure out how we did that. And again, the colors aren't exact because I want to just kind of put this together quickly. Please take more time and really focus on making it as close to the original as possible. So the background, what I did, and you can use the original if you want to, but you cannot use original images at all. All right. So I'm going to grab some color. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the eyedropper tool. And I'm going to click on the blue-gray up here, which makes a foreground color. I'm going to swap the colors here by clicking the double arrows, and then I'm going to click on the cream here. So now I've got the 2 colors to make the actual background. So let's see again what we had before, and then we'll go ahead and kind of go through this on figuring out how to do this. So the background. This one here, if I just take this out real quick, select all and delete. So what I'm going to do here is to create the background color. So I'll just go to Edit, to Fill, and we're going to fill with a foreground color, which is that cream, making sure your opacity is 100%. So there's that color. All right. The other one, what I did is made a second layer above this, and I made a selection as like so, and then I did a fill again, but I used the background layer this time, or the background color. So again, fill, and I'm not going to do it right now, but you can grab background color, and I'll cancel, and actually put it on this color up here. All right, so I'll go ahead and fill it up again anyhow, so it's more of a grayish bluish color. So now I've got the 2 colors just kind of overlapping each other. And the texture, I went and grabbed this texture. Let's take a look what we did here. The texture is, I used an effective overlay at 27% or something like that. So let's pull this back to normal and see what it looked like in the first place. So that's the texture. Very bad quality. Again, try to find better images to use, but you can kind of see that if I change the opacity, bring it down into the 20s again, and again multiply. Did I use multiply? No, I forgot. Color. What did I do? Okay, maybe it was multiply. That's all right. So I use multiply, and now I've got my texture. It's got a little, grunge to it. All right. Let's take a look. The original, and there's my grunge. And you can kind of play around with this too. One thing here, this is not a straight line, so I'd probably go ahead and make sure you modify that also. But anyhow, now we've got a background. Then we're going to go ahead and make this knife. So I'm going to zoom up in here. Well, I probably can't do that just yet. Let's go and see what I did with the knife. I'll go ahead and turn the knife layer on. And this is what I've got. I'll move it over a little bit, and let's see how you actually create that. All right. So let's open the knife layer. We'll turn off all the effects and different things that I do to make the knife work. And here's the original. Sometimes you get lucky and you can make a really simple mask. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the Magic Wand tool. I'm going to make sure it's contiguous, so it grabs pixels of similar color right next to each other. And I'm going to go ahead and click in the white area, and it made a nice clean rendering. All right. Now, what I've got to do though, if I want to make a mask, this is not going to work. Okay, it's masking the wrong thing, so undo. So we're going to do the select to inverse, and then do a mask. Then we'll go ahead and go in here and we'll modify. We're going to scale it. We'll go ahead and, nope, I guess I got to do that. Check it off. We're going to free transform. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and, make it kind of vertical. We'll pull it down, and it's darn close. So we'll go ahead and double click here, and then we got to make some colors. So I'm going to go ahead and make again a new layer. We're going to grab this color brown, again, the eyedropper to brown, and on this layer above the knife, I'm just going to go ahead and grab my paintbrush, and I want to make this a little bit, a little hard, And I'm going to paint right over this area right here. Now the opacity is wrong, okay? So we're going to make sure this is at 100%. And we're going to go through here and we're going to colorize this. Now to make it only affect the knife and nothing else around it, we're going to make a clipping mask. Go to Image, Layer, create clip mask, and now it's brown. But I don't want it just a solid brown, I want it to take the effects of the knife. So again, I'm going to go to Multiply, and probably tone it down just a little bit in opacity. And there's my knife. Alright, the next thing we can do is we're going to make a shadow up here. Again, another layer. It's got to be a clipping mask also, but we'll see what happens if we don't have it. We don't want brown, we want more of a gray. So again, eyedropper. So it's a lot of repetition. Alright, going to the brush, we're going to take the opacity down on this one a little bit. Now we'll kind of come in here and we're going to, that's got a hard edge, it's not going to work. Okay, this time we need a nice soft edge. So we'll kind of come through here and we'll add a couple shades to it. Close up our history. Again, clipping mask, layer, clip mask, and again, multiply. Alright, and sometimes you can kind of come in here and add a little bit more too. What I do want to create here on the knife, let's go ahead to the knife real quick. You may have to use your rubber stamp and go through here and add more of the knife to kind of match the angles. So you can do that. Now it may not work right now. Let's go back to my knife layer and we'll make sure that it's going to be okay. So I've got an 8 hard, I think. Is it hard? Yep. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead here and option click and kind of come up here, and you can see it's not working. And that's because I have a mask on. So if I want to come out further, I may have to eliminate the mask. But watch what I can do. You can just click it and drag it to the trash can. However, you're going to apply the mask. Now, yes, apply the mask. And now what it did, it kind of like deleted the mask in a sense. So now I come in here and option click and go ahead and add my knife in here. So it's got more of a curved element. So again, option clicking to kind of make this work. Alright, last thing. I'm going to click and deselect. Last thing on this. Quick, easy way to make a shadow. Go to Effects. We'll go down the drop shadow. It's down on the bottom and you can't see it. And you can actually, it's usually at 75%, which is way too dark. So bring it down. And what you can do in here is just grab the mask itself on here and move it. Now this works because it's a flat element sitting on a table. So this one will be okay. And you can use these elements here to complete it. Alright? So there's my mask and my layers for the knife.